Good evening, family members, parents and guardians, friends, and distinguished guests. At this time, I would ask that we all rise and look towards the back of the theater as our 2023 graduates will be making their way into the theater. Again, welcome everyone. My name is Dwayne Whitaker. I was the 2023 senior class cohort principal this year. I also had the privilege of being the summer school principal. And before we even get started, can we just give our graduates one more round of applause? At this time, I would ask that everyone rise again as our NJROTC presents the colors. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Fratto, who will introduce our Board of Education members.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Fratto. I am the assistant principal of the summer program, and I am the cohort 22 dean during the school year. It is my pleasure to be here. First and foremost, I would like to extend a warm and heartfelt congratulations to our graduating class of 2023. Way to go, guys. Awesome, awesome. It is my distinct honor to introduce our Board of Education members. First and foremost, our president, Pastor John Williams. Vice President Freddie Williams Jr. Miss Paula Blumenau. Mr. John Perino. Miss Rose Tobiasen. Mr. Mitchell Williams, Mr. Edwin Estrada, and Mr. Curtis Rhett. It is also my humble privilege to introduce our district administrators, our superintendent of schools, Mrs. Amy Creedon, our assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction, Ms. Camille Adoma, our assistant superintendent of administration, Mr. Michael Tuttle, our director of facilities, Mr. Bill Bartlett, our director of personnel and inclusion officer, Ms. Jillian Crawford, our Director of Bilingual, ENL, and World Language Education, Ms. Linda Rivera-Brat. Our Director of Special Education, Mrs. Nicole Tagney. Our Assistant Director of Special Education, Mrs. Julie Dominguez-Post. And our Director of Physical Education, Health, and Athletics, Mr. David Coates. And finally, it is my honor to introduce our Middletown High School Building Administration team. Dr. Lynette Williams, our Executive Principal. Our Associate Principal, Mr. William Donahue. Our Instructional Leader for Bilingual, ENL, and World Languages, Mrs. Damis Caraballo. Our Instructional Leaders for STEM, Dr. Norval Connell and Robin Poole. Our Instructional Leaders for the Humanities, Mrs. Rachel Kuntz and Miss Kate Sheedy. Miss Karina Acevedo, our Cohort Principal. Miss Ashley Merchant, Cohort Principal. Mrs. Elisa Schreiner, Cohort Principal. Mr. Dwayne Whitaker, Cohort Principal. Mr. Andrew Cedarmark, Dean. Mrs. Nagla Elsaka, Dean. And yours truly, Mr. Michael Fratto. Now I'd like to call up again Principal Dwayne Whitaker to introduce our faculty and staff. Congrats again to our class of 2023.
You know, graduation ceremony, all the work that goes in, it cannot be done without the hard work of so many individuals. And I can't name everyone, but we want to give a big shout out to all of our parents, guardians, family, all the stakeholders who invested so much time and energy into our scholars. So a big thank you to everyone here today for your encouragement in regards to our graduates. So thank you so much, parents and guardians. I want to thank all of our custodians, our food service employees, our security staff, our clerical, Mr. Arake and Gertek. I also want to give a big shout out if you came through the lobby today and you look at the beautiful balloons. That's all done through one of our scholars, Ariana Colon. So Ms. Colon, thank you so much for that. And then a big shout out and a big thank you to all of our faculty and staff who have deposited so much into these 32 graduates. So at this time, if you are a teacher or faculty member here at Middletown High School, I'm just going to ask you to stand. Don't be shy. I see some of you out there. So I see Mr. Hipsman, I see Miss Lutley, Miss Kinney, Miss Londrigan, Miss Sears, Miss Ortiz in the back, Miss Light, Mr. Bernard, Miss Reyes, Dr. Woods, Miss Cutler, Miss Sharonda Williams deserves a big shout out. And again, just thank you so much to our faculty and staff for all your hard work. So now that I have the mic, I'm not really scheduled to speak, but I have to. And so I've prepared about, I've always wanted to do this, so you're gonna have to go with me. Prepared a 32-page speech for my graduates, right here. So I'm gonna start it, and I hope it's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let me throw this back here. Okay, all right. How about a page and a half? How about a page and a half? I have to. So I'm going to be speaking directly to our scholars. So here we go. Although a difficult time in our lives, I want us all to look back to the year of 2019. Picture it. Most of you on the stage tonight were in your first year of high school. You were young. You were cool. You're still cool, but you were cooler maybe. You could get into the cafeteria without having to scan in, and there was no yonder. You didn't have to go yonder, and I couldn't say, have a yonderful day. So you were awesome. You were happy about that. You were navigating your own course and trying to learn more about yourselves. Some of you were doing well. Some of you, by your own admission, would admit you could be doing better. For the most part, most people would say that at that time, everything seemed to be fine. Until that one fateful day when everything changed in March of 2020. There had been whispers and talk about a mysterious virus spreading, but I'm not sure any of us could imagine what would happen next. For the next few days, there was silence, there was fear, there was concern about what was going to happen. Everyone was unsure, including myself and all of you, as to what would happen next. Emotions were high, and the next steps were crucial. Educators across the country were trying to figure out the next steps to get you, our scholars, back to school while trying to be safe. When you did come back, you had to navigate obstacle after obstacle, such as mask mandates, social distancing, contact tracing, and asynchronous and synchronous learning. I've said it over and over, maybe you've heard me. I don't know who came up with asynchronous learning or synchronous learning. I just think of it as I gotta be online today or I don't have to be online today. But anyway, and when I also think of NSYNC, I'm probably old and gonna give my age here, but maybe you guys will help me out. When I think of sync, I think of the boy band NSYNC. Any fans here? Tearing up my heart, bye-bye-bye? No? Anybody want to? All right, sorry. Sorry, I'm not cool, remember? In the end, we got to a happy ending. Each and every one of you rose to the challenges that were in front of you and overcame them. Through those difficult times, all the credit goes to you, each and every one of you, our graduates tonight who through your perseverance and resilience were able to navigate these significant challenges and you kept pressing forward. You have all faced challenges that no other generation of scholars have had to face, and again, through your determination, mental toughness, and hard work have reached this moment. I know I can speak for Ms. Elsaka and the entire 2023 cohort team and the entire high school team in saying that I hope you will always remember your time here at MHS in positive terms. I hope that we were able to make a positive impact on you in some way, And over the past 4 years, you learned and now know who you are and where you want to go. This is the pinnacle of your high school career, graduation. To all of you, our graduates, soak in this moment and every minute of tonight's celebration. You have earned it, and you deserve this honor. You will always be a Middie, and this will always be your home. Again, can I give a big shout out and a big congratulations to the graduating class of 2023. So now, at this time, our scheduled speaker, Mr. or Pastor John Williams, our Board of Education President, I'm going to ask you to come up and address our graduating class.
Good evening, everybody. Let me first say congratulations to the class of 2023 that is here tonight, preparing to take the next stage of their lives. I want to congratulate not only them, but I want to congratulate all of the parents and the guardians, family, and the friends that have showed up here tonight to witness this momentous occasion. I sit here as a 1982 graduate. You can do the math on your own. And graduating from these same halls, even though these halls look a lot different than they did some 40 plus years ago. What I see when I walk through these hallways is progress. What I see when I walk through these hallways are advancements. But mostly what I see when I walk through the hallways, especially when I have the opportunity to be here during a school day or during an event, is I see the faces of young people who many say are our next generation, and they are the next generation and our future. But I dare to say that our young people are not our future, they are our now. I dare to say that when I look on their faces and I see them going through the course of the school day, that it encourages me to let me know, and for all of us that sit here, the Board of Education and the administration, your teachers, your parents, to remind us that at the end of the day, it's all about you. At the end of the day, we do what we do because we want to see you succeed. There's some words that we use a lot when we come to these moments, especially during this summer graduation, and Mr. Whitaker even used those words tonight. Those are the words adversity and perseverance and challenges. I'm going to say some things that probably most people wouldn't say in this situation, but the reality is that life will always bring you challenges. Life will always bring you adversity. Nobody in this world owes you anything. But at the end of the day, you owe it to yourselves to persevere through every challenge. I think that what I love most about these particular moments are the fact that what you represent here tonight, all 32 of you, 2 that are graduating early, many of you that have persevered through the years to get to this point, what you represent is strength. What you represent is a desire to not give up. But if we be real, and if every adult that's in this room would be honest and be real tonight, every last one of us have come to a point in our lives when we felt like we wanted to throw in the towel. We felt like our backs were against the wall. We felt like there was no hope. We felt like what it is what it's always going to be. But we're here. You're here because you didn't give up. You're here because through tears, through stress, through whatever issues and problems you've had over the last few years of your lives, you pressed through it. And for that, we are grateful that you have given us the opportunity to stand beside you and to see the strength that is in you. Adversity does not make strength. Adversity reveals strength. Struggle doesn't create strength. All that you've gone through and all that you've dealt with, class of 23, has done nothing more than uncover what was already implanted in you. And our prayer and our hope is that every staff member and every teacher and every administrator, every board member, our hope is that we played some small part in helping you to get to the place that you are now. What I hope that you will take away from this evening is just a few things, but I hope that you take away from this evening to know that because you have made it to this point, that whenever you have to deal with in the future, you can reflect, you can remember that you did it once before and you can do it again. There is no struggle, there is no trouble, there is no trial, there is no challenge that you cannot overcome if you stay diligent, if you continue to push and to press. And so we want to say that we're proud of you. We're proud of you. We're proud of you. You deserve every clap. You deserve every whistle. You deserve everything that's been said about you. You deserve it tonight because you earned it. And we are looking forward to seeing you reach to higher heights and deeper depths in your life, to walk in the greatness and the success that is in you. We didn't make it, it was in you. So continue to walk. I'll close with this, and this is a nod to our trauma coach, Dr. Woods. The great, yeah, come on, give Dr. Woods. The great prophet Yoda. Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. Make it happen because it's in you, and you will continue to make all of us proud. Congratulations, class of 23.
Thank you, Pastor Williams. At this time, I'd like to call up Ms. Jennifer Lopez Huerta, who is going to speak to the graduating class.
Greetings and good evening to President Williams and members of the board, Ms. Creedon, Ms. Odama, and administration, Dr. Williams, and Middletown High School administration. My name is Jennifer Lopez Huerta. I never thought this day would come. We pray for its quick delivery, cross days off our calendar, counted hours and minutes and seconds. Now that it's here, I'm sorry that it is, because life is really about to hit. Moving on, class of 2023. Even though it took us a little longer than others, we still did it. My journey began in 2009, the dawn of kindergarten, entered elementary school, where we were excited to grow up and get out, that we didn't realize that those days, those memories, might have been some of the best of our lives. Those were days when our biggest fear was losing the floor is lava game during recess. The days when we showed off our silly bands, when we watched iCarly late into the night, the days we played on the DS, on the Wii. First grade, when we discovered the strangest concept, homework. Third grade, when we learned how to play the recorder in music class. Then in fifth grade, when we graduated the DARE program. Then all of a sudden, we were in middle school. There was the first time in our lives that we had to go out of our way to make friends. These were what I semi-called the awkward years. The years when we learned how to change clothes in front of 50 other students in the gym locker room. When we first felt those butterflies in our stomachs over a crush. Then boom, we are in high school. I was only a freshman when COVID hit. I had to finish the rest of my school year on a Chromebook. Everything I got hard after that. Trying to stay focused while laying in bed was not only tough for me, but for my teachers too. During that time, I had no choice but to learn that I had a hidden talent to do acrylic nails. I believe many people found out how creative they were while on lockdown. However, when we had to come back into the building and everything was just so weird. We came in every other day. We had to wear masks and be distanced from one another after not socializing for a whole year. The effects of COVID followed me through my junior year, and I'm sure it did the same for many others, so it was a blur. However, in my senior year, I realized how much support I had to help me succeed. I realized schoolwork is not that hard when you just show up. I really appreciate my senior teachers, Mr. Gervais and Miss Kinney. My English teacher, Miss Regan, she was not a senior teacher, but she was definitely part of my support team. And what can I say about Dr. Woods, Miss Light, and Miss Williams? Dr. Woods held me down, advocating on my behalf, speaking to all my teachers and working things out. Miss Light and Miss Williams kept the encouragement coming, motivated me to keep going when I wanted to give up so many times, but there they were telling me I can do it, and here I am. So thank you all. I just wanted to end this quote from Jim Villano, who was a cancer advocate that unfortunately lost his battle with the dreaded disease. He said, "Don't give up. Don't ever give up. That's what I do every minute that I have left." And like him, I will thank God every day. Gracias a Dios. Adios.
At this time, our next speaker will be Mr. Gregory Callahan, Jr.
Greetings and good evening to President Williams and the members of the board, Ms. Creedon, Ms. Adoma, and administration, Dr. Williams, and MHS administrators. Hello, my name is Gregory Callahan, and it is an honor and privilege to speak as a summer 2023 graduate. Before we begin, I want to share a story about one of my favorite memories in high school, which took place last year on our football field at the Bell game. By a show of hands, has anyone in this room been to a Bell game? If you have not, well, you need to get to one. They are one of the most intense football games. This game is community-driven, and you'll see everyone there. You might bump into your cousins, your aunts, sisters, brothers, grandmas, best friends, maybe even Jake from State Farm. But seriously, this event brings out the Midi pride and creates a sense of unity, what our generation calls good vibes. At this specific time, I was inspired by one of our team players. This running back, he stands about 4'11". For the girls, we could say 5 foot tall. However, judging by his heart and character on the football field, he stands about 10 foot tall. The way he plays the game, he does these three things: sees opportunity, accepts supports from his teammates, and trusts and believes that despite his height, and he can and will make it past the touchdown line. Looking back at my early high school years, in 9th grade, I was suspended for, we're not going to talk about that. Then, COVID-19 hit. At this point in my high school journey, I was discouraged, demotivated, not interested, and failing every single one of my classes. I mean everything. I think I was the first mini to ever fail lunch. How do you fail lunch, one might ask? I don't know, but I did. I'm sure we all at one point or another found ourselves far away from where we were supposed to be. I'm sure some of us even thought, why even try anymore? I'm out of the game. Well, what I'm trying to illustrate is at this point, I had these thoughts too. I felt 4'11", as if I couldn't reach anything in high school had for me because it was too high up for me. Graduation did not seem like a possibility. According to 9th grade and 10th grade, Greg, this day was not possible. Until 11th grade came, and through maturity, I decided to change my mind. Like the football player, I started to see opportunity. I realized I was in a bad place with credits, and it was time to accept support from MIDI teammates such as the entire House 4, student support, Ms. Williams, Ms. Bauenfein, and guidance counselors like Dr. Woods, Ms. Lay, and our librarian, Ms. Young. They all came together and reminded me I could make it past the touchdown line if I just show up. So we ran the play. Just like the running back, I trusted and believed that my future was bright and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So, summer 2023 graduates, here we are. We saw the opportunity, we accepted the support, believed in ourselves. Now, we walk past the touchdown line 10 feet tall, ready for the next chapter in our life. Lastly, fellow graduates, remember this. If you think you can't make it, think you're not capable, or think the world is against you, it is heart over height, so don't give up. You are 10 feet tall, and the light is waiting for you. Thank you.
At this time, Gregory. Great job, graduates, great speeches. Awesome job. At this time, I'd like to call up our superintendent and assistant superintendent of schools, Ms. Amy Creedon and Ms. Camila Doma, for the certification of graduates.
Mrs. Adoma, have all of the graduates sitting before us this evening met the requirements set forth by the Commissioner of Education and the New York State Education Department?
Yes, they have.
Congratulations, graduates.
Graduates, it is that time where you'll have the opportunity to walk on over and get your high school diploma. So at this time, Ms. Nagla Elsaka is going to present our senior class.
Good evening, everyone. The time we have been waiting for. Our 2023 graduates. Tajane Caldwell. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tajane. Okay. Gregory Callahan. Keep it next to you. That way, keep going, Greg. Minelli Cuadro Reyes. Mia De La Cruz. Lady Esparza Namsela. Eileen Fernandez. Deverlyn Florian. Elio Garcia Lucero. Diana Guayas Cucusi. Fernanda Guaman Taicha. Jaden Heholt. Congratulations. Christian Holmes. Congratulations. David Jennings. Donald Kerbo. Congratulations. Alicia Kerbo. Alexis Leal Vasquez. Jennifer Lopez Huerta. Christian Lujan. Alan Martinez. Marlenis Martinez Ortiz. Jack. Come on, Jack. Jack Morera Motino. Congratulations. Luis Narvaez Sanchez. Congratulations. Brian Ornelis Lupian. Mohammed Un. Geraldine Perez Portillo. Nicholas Rodriguez. Miguel Rojas. Emily Saka Puchiacella. Jason Sanchez. Josiah Santiago Martinez. Maria Tlazola. James Williams. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
Let's give it up for the class of 2023. We are almost there. At this time, I'd like to call up Ms. Camille Adoma for the moving of the tassel.
Congratulations, class of 2023. Give it up one more time for them. All right, so class of 2023 graduates, I'm going to ask you to move your tassels from the right to the left. You're now official graduates of Middletown High School. Congratulations.
Again, you guys are now high school graduates. Give it up. Hey-o! Time to celebrate. That concludes our ceremony. If you wish, come up, take photos. We have refreshments in the theater lobby. Again, congratulations to the class of 2023.